Hi, I'm Martin Smith with Shows Vineyards. First things need to be told about ponds. There might be a really nice spot to put a pond, but if you do not have enough water to completely change out the water in the pond every 4 years, that means it rains enough to completely wash all the water out of the pond and put it somewhere else, downriver or downstream, then don't make the pond. The second thing is you really got to know about ponds is if there's any roads or anything in which, if the dam gets washed out, could do harm, that you are liable for it as a landowner. Next thing you need to know about it is the county has laws about building ponds. They change. Some counties have 2 or 3 laws on the books, and they'll use whichever one's convenient for them. So they could come down and say, okay, a pond's okay, and then after you're almost through, stop it and say you can't build a pond here for this or that other reason. So that's why I usually do ponds on my own where nobody can see it. If you have something that washes out, or if you build a pond and a road washes out afterwards, they'll say you didn't put the spillway in, and they'll look for you to pay for the washed out road. They can even put liens against your property. So be real careful when you're building a pond. I like to have twice as much dirt in the dam as I have water behind it. That's usually a real good way to do it, and I generally don't let a pond fill up for about 6 months until after I let the dirt pack. That way the odds of it washing out is very small. Other than that, put in a good keyway that's digging out all the roots so that water doesn't go through the roots and wash out the dirt underneath the pond. Because if you build up a pond, you have what's known as head, that's water elevation, and it will push down through the roots. It'll wash out the dirt up underneath the pond, and it'll actually take the pond out from the bottom. So that's one of the main reasons you do a keyway. The second reason is to make sure there's no old sewage pipes or any other pipe that could let water go underneath it. Third reason is find out what kind of dirt's underneath the pond. If you had real muddy silt, underneath where you're going to put the dam, if you have real muddy silt up underneath it, the dam will actually sink. That silt can actually squeeze out, and the dam will sink low enough that all the water will wash over it. For digging out a keyway, you usually want about 3 feet wide and 3 feet deep. On this side I had to go a little bit deeper. Ran into some real bad mud on the bottom of this stuff. So it's the gray clay that when you put stuff on it, it sort of seeps out and your whole dam sinks. So dug all that out, and it's just a matter of refilling it in after I put in the main pipes. I got the spillway pipes and the 2-inch drain pipe I have to extend out 40 to 50 feet. We have a match. Yay, it fits. When it comes to matching up old pipe, you never know if it's going to fit or not. This one fits. Okay, I've got some purple primer around this thing now. And I'm going to put a little bit more on it. And I'm going to fire up the excavator. Put the cement on both ends and shove them together and hope they stick properly. back to Greensboro because all this worked out right. They had a 45. I bought a boot instead because I was looking for a 15 to 30 degree angle turn. So the best angle I can get is a 45. I'm going to go back, get a 45, and then attach my other 20-foot pipe and make it go that way. And then I can do the 2-inch pipe, put it in there, put another 2-inch valve on the back side, close it off. Make sure to open this valve up before I bury it. Otherwise that pipe will be worthless. It is so nice having electric power off of a tractor. Get this thing primed up real quick. And just to repeat what I said before, especially with pipes, plumbing, they all have their own laws attached per county how you do it. So be careful what you videotape, because it can be held against you in court. Push it all the way until it stops and hold it probably to a count of 20 or so. Otherwise it'll push back out. PVC glue is pretty notorious for that. Pull that piece of pipe out, and I'm going to go over and open up the other valve. When you close them off real slow, especially right after you connected your PVC. Otherwise the momentum of the water can actually exceed the PSI rating and just blow your pipe up. Okay, for a recap on ponds and fixing them, what you see behind me here is gray clay. And it holds up the best. If you're digging in sand, about all you can do in sand is dig straight down. Red clay will create a barrier, and you can actually create a good dam with it. What I've done is I've just gone across. I'm going to double it on the back side and then make a nice gradual slope so that I can pull hay off the back. I'm not going to do a steep grade on it. For this, it's just a matter of collecting all your stones out of the pastures, and that can save you a lot for your spillway. And I've gone with close to a 16-foot spillway, and the water flow out of here on the 100-year flood type would bring it up to about 8 inches and maybe as high as 16 inches. The dam itself, I went up about 2 feet higher, 2 to 2.5 feet higher than the spillway, assuming that it's going to drop, and I'll probably make it a little bit higher as I go. Right now it's easy to get dirt out there with it being level to the ground that I'm pulling from, so I went that way. The only thing other than that you have to worry about when you have roads below you, as in your water coming off your property goes under a culvert, under a road, is make sure that tree limbs, debris, especially debris that you might consider trash, like if you cut logs, all of a sudden, as soon as you do something to that, it becomes your butt if anything goes wrong. That's just about the only way to put it. Anything washes into one of the culvert or cul-de-sacs or those big pipes under the roads and clogs them up, water will go over the road, wash the road out, and they'll come after you and it's not cheap. So if you have to repair a pond, just grit and do it. Back to just to do an excerpt on goats. This is the good fence, the sheep and goat fence, and this is what happens on any fence if you don't put it up against T-posts. They step on it and they jump right over. Otherwise it's supposed to be about this high. This one didn't quite make it. Oh, what fun. And there are the goat holes in the field that I don't want them to be in, because they can get up, if you can see my grapevines up there, that they have destroyed, because I put in the 3.5-foot fence and they tore it to pieces. And that is my little excerpt on goats.